Russia's preemptive special operation in Ukraine, intended to neutralize the latent imminent and hot threats of the US and NATO coming from that country, prevented a much larger war that could dangerously escalate into World War III. Let me see the links, but afterwards. The Great Eurasian Power is simply waging a preemptive war before America's planned World War III can begin. In short, the United States and its anti-Russian NATO allies were secretly establishing military installations in Ukraine to launch their own pending war against the neighboring nuclear power. So, you see, U.S. can't do it because everyone already knows that they hit, a lot of people, but with those who are still with the status quo, they'll try to defend it, they'll try to say you're wrong, it's always, Russia's wrong and all that, but the reality is both sides, it doesn't matter. Look, US, as much as we like its military, because, it's really about race, unfortunately, the British, Anglo-Saxon race, we shouldn't make it about race. Unfortunately, the government and everybody else is trying to determine that it is about race because they want this hegemonic power to themselves. I don't know about skin color, but hell, that's what they're trying to say right now. They're trying to go against Russia for the sake and treat the other opposition as if it's they're the ones who are doing it. It's a great way to counteract, deflect. Because after all, most of majority power that we live in today, how many Western countries are there? Britain, US, France, Canada. The corporations are allied with the most, who makes best money, and they're controlled by the cabal. And the masses are just surviving, and they never. You have to wake up, people. You have to really wake up. Just stop everything, stop everything. Let Ukraine let Russia conduct what it seems to be happening in the region of Ukraine. Sure, I guess what if they realize that Russia is not just shelling these civilian houses for the sake of it, but it could be, it's really bad. What if it's also the West that's doing such things? But they're hiding behind proxies and lies and all that. But it's the false West and East paradigm. I don't know, but Putin is in line with the same. Putin is a globalist, but he's trying to make sure that the time's not yet right. But I don't know. They're all part of this plan that actually us is the true enemy, mankind. If we ourselves can stop focusing on this issue and just say no to what they call the banks are doing, or if the banks, we are waking up to that. A lot more people are waking up now. Hopefully they're still waking up instead of status quo, we have the protests in the parliament and people say, people are just, they're just so nonsensical. They're just so, if you trade your safety, or you trade your freedom, if you trade your foresight for your safety, for the sake of what? The security. We told them, we trusted in the government, and we have 20,000 plus cases now. Doesn't matter what they say. You keep believing in the lies, eventually you're gonna find up and get stabbed in the back. And unfortunately, you keep denying it, but you have to wake up. This is the last chance we're gonna get in this time. You cannot hate Russia. You cannot feel sorry for Ukraine. You have to hate not only it's not about the US, it's about the people who control these nations as a whole. The corporations. You have to realize what deep crap you're in. Wake up and just stop. Blow the whistle. Because that's the only way you're going to get out of this. You want to stop the war, you want to relieve people of their suffering. Tell your governments to stop this stuff right now. To stop not just the war. Stop funding the military. To just know it doesn't matter about morals. At the end, people will die for it. Because what we are seeing is a system that is the takeover of all economies. You can keep telling us conspiracy theories, but you know this is right. In your heart, you know this is right. The system is never going to get any better. You have to fundamentally refuse everything, no matter what. Sorry, my hand. But they would, in the past, these cabals, they wanted to use, in fact, they wanted to use North Korea, or rather China, or the Middle East. In fact, the Middle East was supposed to have a limited nuclear exchange in the past. That didn't happen. Because there was actually certain events that happened. There was a bomber that was allowed to go, I think, with nuclear missiles on board. It wasn't an accident. They covered it up, like Bill Ryan said. But people blew the whistle on that. Now, but why won't Putin say anything? The moment he says something, he will be. You can't say things in public. You can only be forced to end the other hatred that people have because they're white Westerners or something. And we have to say to ourselves, no. No, absolutely no. We don't take this.